Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about my different streams of income, how I've set them up, and how I set up passive income a little bit more specifically. I asked you guys on Instagram if you would want to see this, and there's a really overwhelming yes, which I was not expecting. Quickly before we get started, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Amy Rauch. I am 22 years old and I work full-time as a graphic designer here in Washington, DC. I make videos about my everyday life, from business professional outfit inspo, coffee runs, Trader Joe's hauls, and everything in between. So if you guys would want to stick around, the subscribe button is right down there. I'd really appreciate it. I've been trying to figure out how to explain how I organize this video, and I've been really struggling. So basically I have 7 main streams of income at 22, and I kind of organized them from most substantial and reliable to least substantial and reliable. So that's how I'm going to be going through today's video. Hopefully that makes sense. My first stream of revenue is my full-time job. If you guys are new to my channel, if you're not, and I said it in the intro of this video, but I am a full-time graphic designer for a realty company here in DC. So that takes up the bulk of my time. It's the most substantial paycheck that I get every month. And it's the most reliable. I know that no matter what, unless I get fired, I'm getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. It's going to be a set amount. This is also the money that I budget with. So my apartment, my student loans, my 401k, any money to savings, doctor's appointments, reoccurring expenses that I know are going to happen, my credit card bill, stuff like that. All of that budgeting comes from this salary because everything else isn't super reliable. Like, I would hate to put myself in a position where if I don't get a sponsorship on this channel for a month, let's say, all of a sudden I can't pay rent. So basically my salary job is enough to cover all my bases. If I stopped doing social media tomorrow, I could live comfortably on that, and then any money that I make from these other 6 streams of revenue, I just put 100% into student loans or savings accounts, stuff like that. So hopefully that provides a little bit of clarity as well. My second biggest stream of income is sponsorships on this channel. I really try not to do a ton, maybe 1 or 2 a month. It really just depends on what quarter it is, based on like marketing budgets for companies and stuff like that. Opportunities obviously ebb and flow throughout the year. So sometimes I'll go 2 or 3 months without a sponsorship, and then I'll have 3 sponsored videos back to back because they're great companies that reached out to me that I genuinely use, blah, blah, blah. But this is definitely my second biggest stream of income, especially as my channel has grown a lot the last couple of months. I have a very low subscriber count in terms of social media influencing. Like 20,000 subscribers really isn't high, but if you look at my engagement rate, it matches pretty similarly to someone with 100,000 subscribers or 200,000 subscribers in some cases, just depending on their channel. Obviously that doesn't go for every single channel out there. It's like a select few that I have looked at with other social media managers and stuff like that. So that's really how I'm able to pitch myself and make a decent amount of money from sponsorships. But as far as obtaining sponsorships, I do this a couple different ways. I can definitely make a video about how to have a somewhat lucrative YouTube channel with a smaller following if you guys would be interested. I think easily 50% of it is just running it from a business perspective instead of like a hobby perspective, which I know is a little bit controversial, but regardless, there's a couple different ways that I get sponsorships. First, the brand reaches out to me through my business email. It's always in my description. It's linked in my Instagram. It's just kind of available if brands want to reach out. Second is through third-party platforms. There's a couple out there like FameBit, Grapevine, obviously 4Card. There's just like a bunch out there. So basically brands will go and post that they need 10 influencers with this demographic, this age group, to produce XYZ type of content, and then I would see basically what they need and pitch myself to the brand. If they accept me, we go through the platform takes a small fee. So that is a really good, reliable way to work with brands, in my opinion. It's a little bit safer if you don't have a legal team or management backing you up to kind of be a second set of security for you. I think that's a really great option. And then lastly, I will also reach out to brands if, let's say, I'm using a product every day in my life naturally. For example, like Stock Coffee, I know that they've worked with influencers in the past. Like you guys see, I literally use Stock Coffee every single morning in my work week in my life videos. So for me, that would make a lot of sense for me to reach out to them and be like, hey, like, would you want to work together on a video? Like, this is my idea. This is what my demographics look like, my engagement looks like let me know what you think. It's not always effective, obviously, as like most pitches are, but it's a really great way to build relationships with companies and stuff like that. So sponsorships for this channel are definitely my second biggest stream of revenue. My third stream of income is Google AdSense, which is the ads that you're seeing before, during, and after any of the videos on my channel. This really fluctuates. This can be relatively lucrative, or it can be just like barely anything at all, especially with my channel size. Google AdSense is also very confusing in my opinion. It doesn't have, there's an algorithm to it, but it's a little bit less tangible than other algorithms in my opinion. Shelby Church made a video explaining it, and there's been like a couple others that I've watched to help kind of understand how my income is forming, if that makes sense. From what I've been able to understand, if a video is over 10 minutes, it produces a little bit more money because you're able to put mid-roll ads in, and then videos about finances have the highest CPM, which is count per milli. So basically advertisers pay a certain price per 1,000 views to advertise their ads, and I believe YouTube takes half of that, and then that's what's displayed on like your channel dashboard to see your income for the month. And I know a lot of YouTubers feel similarly about this, like you won't disclose the rates that you're getting for sponsorships, but you're a little bit more willing to disclose AdSense. So for me, there's been months where I've made $25 in ads on my channel, and there's been months where I've made hundreds of dollars on ads on my channel. So it really varies. So I don't rely on it at all. If it comes in, that's a great, nice little extra bit of money in my account. Obviously it's pre-tax, which is something to keep in mind if you have a channel or are looking to get into any sort of freelance work. For me, I consider this to be my biggest form of passive income, because once the ads are set up and approved, I don't touch them again. They're kind of good to go, and they'll continue to generate revenue until a video is either taken down or privated. So for me, I have videos like my dorm tour at Elon University still gets a good amount of views just because incoming freshmen are Googling it, and you know, like different things like that. Videos that have high searchability still get a decent amount of views, or even videos that I made a couple months ago that are still populating in people's recommendations or homepages, whatever that may be. If they watch that video, I still get paid. So again, even though it's a very small amount of income, it's still better than nothing. So I consider that to be my third biggest stream of revenue. My fourth stream of revenue is any freelance work, and I put this fourth because I'm honestly not 100% sure where this is going to end up in terms of revenue for the year for me. I've done freelance work in the past. I still do it on the side here and there. But the majority of my work was in North Carolina, where I went to school. The town that I lived in North Carolina is very food insecure. It's very poor. So a lot of the freelance work that I was doing was for local clients, often at a very cheap price that I wouldn't consider in DC with realty companies that come to me for freelance advice, or, you know, bigger clients like that. Obviously, I'm not going to charge a mom and pop shop that is struggling financially a ridiculous amount for a poster, but if a company has a $50,000 budget for marketing, I'm also not going to charge $75 for my work, if that makes sense. I definitely want to do more freelance work in 2020 that is kind of centralized in DC, whether that's like event work or, you know, like just different marketing stuff for different brands or hand lettering. You know, like I don't know 100% what that looks like yet, and excited to figure that out, but that's why I put this as number 4, because I'm not sure where that's going to sit in terms of revenue, but it is something that I would consider a stream of income. My 5th stream of income is commission links. So these are pretty much any link that you see in the description box of my videos. Not all of the links, but most of them. Quick rundown of how this works in case you aren't familiar. So let's say I make a video and I am wearing a certain sweater, or, you know, showing a new mirror that I I bought for my apartment, you know, whatever that may be. So I'd take a couple minutes to find the sweater online and use a affiliate link program to basically create a link that is shoppable for you all to put in my description box. So if you're watching my video, you see something that you like, you go, you click it, you end up purchasing it. I get a little bit of a kickback from that sale because I was the one who led you to the sale, if that makes sense. I know that some people really hate affiliate links. I always try to use them if I'm watching somebody's video and I see something that I like and I'm buying it because of them, because I feel like I understand the struggle of that. So I always try to use affiliate links. Again, it's a very small percentage of what you're getting back. Normally commissions between like 5 and 10% for most stores. And I kind of switch between two programs to link things. I like them both for different reasons. I switch between RStyle and Magic Links. I think RStyle has a little bit better of analytics. You can track it a little bit easier, and I really like that I can see things real time in the app, where Magic Links, their app isn't as functional in my opinion. But something that I really like about Magic Links is they have a Google Chrome plugin. So if I go to search for something that is sold at a couple different stores, like a makeup palette or something like that, it'll tell you which store will provide the best commission rate for you, which is really nice. I've also gotten the chance to know some of their team members, and everybody I've talked to is great. And I think whenever you have relationships with people, you're a little bit more biased to use that service. So I switch back and forth between the two. This is also a really great stream of passive income because once I link something, it's there forever. If somebody goes back to reference a video and buys something, or buys something a couple months from now and uses the link, I will still get a kickback from it. So even though it takes a little bit of work on the front end to go through and link everything correctly, it definitely is a good form of passive income once the video is posted. Even if I only generate a couple of sales a week based on my links, that's still a relatively good amount of commission coming my way that I didn't have before. So I'm a really big fan of affiliate links. I will have referral codes down below to both of the services I use. If any of you have like a blog, vlog, Instagram, you know, whatever that is, I will leave those down below if you want to check it out. My sixth stream of revenue is sponsored Instagram content, and I honestly don't really do this that often just because I don't have that many followers on Instagram. I think I only have like 3,000, so it's really not enough to pitch to brands. But sometimes on those third-party platforms for YouTube sponsorships, they also have Instagram campaigns that they're looking for and will reach out to me there. Or if I'm already working with a brand, sometimes I'll use that as part of my pitch, is like, for X amount of dollars, I will do all of this for YouTube. Like, this is the whole breakdown, you know, the scope of work. And then I'll also throw in an Instagram like story and static image. So again, it's not something that I do often, but if a brand comes to me and it's a good fit, or I'm already posting something sponsored on my YouTube channel and want to throw it out there, it's just a good way to make a little bit of money here and there. Then my seventh stream of income is Poshmark. This is something that I haven't had a lot of time to dedicate to recently, but I was super into it in college. It can definitely be lucrative if you're willing to put the time and effort into it. Actively, I'm only making a couple dollars a month from just selling things here and there, but in college I was making a couple $100s a month pretty easily just by selling things I didn't need, that didn't fit, or anything like that. So I know there's a ton of different ways to sell clothes online, but I have found that Poshmark is just the easiest. It takes a little bit higher of a percentage, but not having to deal with the shipping labels or anything complicated like that, to me, is worth that extra like 10% that they cut. Poshmark definitely takes a little bit of time on the front end to make sure everything's photographed nice and you're following the right people, tagging everything correctly, but I think once it's set up, it's pretty self-running, which is really nice. That's not the word. Automated. It's pretty automated. So I haven't really touched my Poshmark in the last probably 6 or 7 months, and every once in a while someone will buy something, I'll just send it out, and then when they accept it, I get the cash just directly deposited to my bank account, which is really nice. My closet is just overflowing with clothes that I don't get a ton of wear out of, so I definitely want to take some time in 2020 to update that and just get more out there. I think I have an invite code to that as well. It should be in the description box, but yeah, those are my 7 streams of income. Hopefully this was helpful and made sense. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them and all that good stuff. I will make sure to have links to the affiliate programs and Poshmark down below, along with my social media, if you guys want to give that a follow and be involved in kind of planning out my future videos. That's how this one came about. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.